welcome back to the next video. In this video I will show you how to use the Path2d and PathFollow2d in Godot game engine. So let's get started. So first I have already written setup project. I'll quickly explain it to you. So first what I have done is that I have created a node 2d. Then here I have taken some tile maps as well. So here you can see I have just drawn this simple tile maps. Then I have created one player as well. If you see a player which is a character body 2d, it has a sprite, collision shape, animation player, animation tree, then a hitbox which is the area 2d, and it has a collision and it also has a timer. And if the game also has a camera so that it can follow wherever our player goes. If I show you guys the script, here you can see we just get hold of our camera 2d. Here is our player as well, and as soon as if the player is still valid, if it has not been killed, we just move the camera wherever is the player position. And if you see the player script, firstly here is our class name player. Here we get hold of a sprite 2d. The lives are 3 by default, and here I have created one timer as well. I have assigned gravity, jump speed, run speed, hurt, jump velocity as well. Invincible is false and his hurt is false as well. So once the player gets hit for the first time, if you see the lives are 3, right, we don't want to immediately kill him. That's why we have this invincible as well. So in physics process, here we are just moving the player based on what type of arrows you press. So these actions are present by default. I have not created this action. So okay, and here inside apply hit, we just reduce the lives. Okay, and here we just do this apply hurt animation as well. So this is the logic for reducing life. This is the logic for going invincible. This is for here I have joined this signal of area entered for our area 2d hitbox, and here also I have applied the timeout timer signal as well. Also, if you go project settings, inside 2d physics I have added this platform, player and enemy, and over here for our tile map player, if you see I have also added this collision where I have just enabled this platform check. And for our player, if you see, go to player, go to collision, here I have enabled the platform check for mask, and inside the hitbox collision I have enabled it for player, and for mask it is for enemy. Okay, now let's get started with Path2d. So first what we need to do is just go to our game. I'll just go to this 2d scene. If you want to create the separate scene for this as well, you can do it, but just for simplicity I'll keep it the same. So first I'll just click on this plus button, and here we first need to add let's just create a node 2d just to be on the safer side in case if you want to create multiple Path2d objects. So here I will just name it as ball spikes. So this will be our enemy, ball spikes holder. Okay, and I'll just move it somewhere over here. Then I'll just click on this plus button again, and here I will add first Path2d. Inside Path2d we need to add PathFollow2d. Okay, and inside PathFollow2d I need to add a sprite 2d. Okay, so this button has stopped working. I don't know why this happens. Okay, so first I'll just add a sprite 2d, so it is inside PathFollow2d. And also inside PathFollow2d we'll add a area 2d, and inside area 2d we'll just provide a collision shape 2d. Okay, now inside for sprite 2d you can just give you a sprite. So this is the spiked ball. Okay, so I can just drag and drop inside our sprite 2d over here. Then for collision shape I'll just take this as circle shape. Here you can see, and here you can see it has already applied this. If you want to make it a little bit bigger, you can do that as well. Command S to save. Now we need to provide the path, right? So you can just go to your Path2d, make sure this particular thing is selected, move mode, and here you can select this particular thing which is add point. So here you will have to specify the path. So what the path I will give is something like this. So here I can do whatever path I want. So here you can see it automatically jumped to this starting point, right? And I'll just close this off. So here you can see it has closed it off. So this is how you can create a path. Now it's up to you how you want to create the path. You can also click on this tool, and I think this is for moving the path in case if you want to move it, and I think this tool is for adding a curve. So you'll have to double click on each point, and here you can see I'm able to add a bit of curve as well. So it's up to you how you want to do it, and I'll just move it like this as well over here. I'll select this, I'll just expand this as well a bit so that it can hit our player. Then I can just do command S to save. Now I will just run our scene. So let's see. So game scene. Okay, I think I did one thing wrong. I forgot to play the rotation animation, right? It is not moving, as you can see, so I forgot about that. sorry. So what we will need to do is we will just go to the game script itself, and so let's just go to the game script. Okay, and here we will define few things. So first, @ export var speed colon float equal to 50.0. okay, then I'll just copy this and I'll paste it over here, but here we will name it as spin underscore speed, and here I will set the value as 360. Okay, then inside the process function, what we can do, again I'll just expand this. So inside the process function we'll just do so first I think we need to get hold of this PathFollow2d as well, right? So I'll just drag and drop it over here. So here is our PathFollow2d. So over here inside PathFollow2d, I'll just copy this, and here I'll just do it as PathFollow2d dot progress plus equal to speed multiplied by delta, and here again I'll just do PathFollow2d dot rotation underscore degrees, and here I can just do plus equal to spin speed multiplied by delta. I'll do command S. And also one more thing which I forgot is you need to go to your area 2d, and here inside collision, here you need to add enemy layer. So this is enemy. I'll uncheck this platform, and here we don't require anything. Okay, then I'll just run this. So here you can see it is running, so I can just hit it. So here you can see it became invisible. If you want to change the speed, you can change that as well. And here I'll just hit it again. Here you can see it again became invincible. Now this should get killed. So here you can see our player got killed when it hit the third time. So yeah, this is how you can use Path2d and PathFollow2d in Godot game engine. Thank you for watching. Bye.